and there was a lot of crashing, driving, and CJ wasn't able to put the ball away. That's a great start for them.
Start out, point one.
Even it out early in game one apiece. JW Johnson will take back the serve. A little bit different format, as Cam and Matt mentioned. Odd server will stay on the left. Patient point for Jack Sock, who's had to evolve his pickleball strategy since joining the sport and elevating the pro pickleball scene. Long-time tennis pro, 12 years on the ATP Tour. Right at the body of JW Johnson goes CJ Klinger, the lefty.
I mean, it's a bright gold flash that you talked about. Why not hit it? Win the stuffed animal right there. That's a great shot from CJ. Much better start. He was not good in the men's match to his level yesterday.
Yeah, Augie and JW Johnson, to your point, Dave, won that matchup 25-19 in match one. Women's doubles went in favor of New York. That's one that Ed Chow, the GM, feels is a difference maker for Dallas here today. Has lethal hand speed.
Yeah, and just it's the read, like, okay, if we're going to dink cross court, until you beat me down my line, I'm going to keep sneaking over farther and farther. Great shot from Jack.
And well played in response. Augie Gunn came onto the scene late this season, has been a rising star, got laid off from his professional career ahead of turning pro pickleball. Said if that didn't happen, he wouldn't have made the jump.
See, there are good parts of layoffs. He also got a perfect score in the math part of the SAT, so this is one smart cookie over there. So strategically, you know he'll be on it.
5-3.
Started as a scoreboard keeper in the Arizona Pickleball League, now on the biggest stage of pro pickleball.
And what we'll see here, Michelle, we have 4 forehands in the middle with a lefty on both sides. So you're going to see dinks to the outside. And then as we saw Jack jumping in there earlier, if something's floating, go get it. We'll see who holds up in the dink battles.
That's a beautiful approach from Augie Gunn, jamming up Jack Sock, perfect location.
Yeah, that's the buffalo sauce on the chicken wing there, as you saw him try to protect his body that way. You want to aim for the right hip or the right shoulder. Perfect spot for Augie there. And I think it is unbelievably critical for the Flash to win this match, or everything that happened yesterday will come crashing down, and that weight will be 5 times bigger than it is right now.
Yeah, it's a big reason why they opt for men's doubles first. It's their confidence booster. They feel locked in this duo. Jack Sock finishing off what CJ Klinger started.
Yeah, much better start for CJ and men's here, and he is the factor. If Jack plays like he did yesterday, that is great news for the Hustlers, because he was terrific. CJ didn't win either of his matches yesterday, so if he raises that level, that's good news.
And there's the Flick Wizard on display. That wrist strength is unmatched.
Yeah, don't miss forearm day if you want to be great at pickleball.
Point.
Yeah, and the flash mob is out again today cheering for the home team. We actually have a home court advantage in this match for sure, which was a lot of fun yesterday. They all went home disappointed, however.
There it is from JW Johnson, low on the backhand flick. And if you're new to Major League Pickleball, 12 Premier level teams were drafted back in April, 2 men, 2 women. Wow, great point for the Hustlers. But the New York Hustlers chose to build their team around Jack Sock at the 6th spot. JW Johnson feels like he got snubbed. As you mentioned, the back of his t-shirt says 12. That was a controversial decision, and you know that JW is playing for more than just getting into the championship rounds.
There's that forehand in the middle. If that's a backhand, maybe not destroyed like that. Yeah, but if you're going to put the 12 out there, then play like it. Like you're saying, I got a chip on my shoulder, and he has got to carry his team to a win today. He's certainly capable, but will he?
Through the middle from Ogio on the backhand.
Risky. In these long dink battles, if you're new here, everyone is all about RESPECT here, because if you speed it up into the hand speed of these guys, the counters will be so good, so they're waiting for someone to pop it up, and you saw that happen right there. Wow. High to the body, that ball's going a mile long, but Ogio couldn't get out of the way. That ball had no purpose of hitting the court whatsoever. It was to hit that dude right there, and it did. Cross his body. What a shot from CJ, and that is absolutely a play in pro pickleball. Wow. Great point all around. And what are these guys looking for in the dink rallies when you're talking about that for the new audience here on ESPN2? You're wanting to open up the court a little bit, so you'll see them move them both out wide. That opens up the middle. You want a little bit of movement, and then you want to find that one that's up just a little bit and hit that. Wow, look at Jack Sock flying. And then you want to hit that paddle side hip on most of these players, and what I mean by that is if you're left-handed hip or shoulder, because you've seen some awkward plays where they're playing it parallel with their body. That's that knows they hit their spot when you see that.
Skidder off the tape and a high wave from Sock.
Best sorry not sorry ever right there. He held the pose there.
He
Michelle
did. Looked like the Heisman for a moment.
There's a big difference between today and yesterday. Yesterday, very windy, very gusty. There's a slight little breeze, but it's actually nice, so I don't think that's nearly affecting play as it did yesterday. One side was very different than the other because it was downwind.
Yeah, weather was definitely a factor yesterday. A lot of routine stuff that were misses on both sides. CJ Klinger was clutch in the Dream Breaker last night, the tiebreak 5th game, which we will only get if it's tied up. Oh, had the sitter he wanted, did Jack Sock. Instead, Dallas takes a 1-point lead at the end change. 13 company that assisted MLP back in 2022. He's been around the sport for a really long time. Had a good chat with Ed this morning about what you discussed at the Open, about those potential changes since Georgia and JW got waxed. He said, honestly, it was more about what we didn't do than what New York did. Felt confident heading into this match number 2. Flick Wizard is at it again.
Yeah, and I like that with all those forehands in the middle, it's very dangerous to go to the left hip because you run out of real estate and it goes wide, but that thing was going to stay in. And watch Jack's reaction. He is surprised because his paddle is in the middle.
Patient points for Augie Ga. He likes that cross-court dink battle with CJ Klinger. Augie Ga was the 38th overall selection for his team, picked up in the 4th round, somewhat of an unknown entity at that time, and he has risen ever since. Deep. Virginia B. Johnson, New York, hanging right in the fight.
Interesting. Jack Sock did not choose to drive that because I'd like to see them get into some drive and crash. Let the youngster with the left hand go in there and wreck some of the flash. Didn't get a chance to do that by catching the net. And there's been way too many errors since we switched ends here, Michelle, because in rally scoring, unlike traditional Carvana PPA Tour play, every point hits the scoreboard.
And this, to your point earlier, it feels like a must-win for New York, despite having Ross, Jeremy Comazetto, and Mike Wolf right there, the head coach for the New York Hustlers.
Yeah, if there's a basketball game, they're in good shape here with the ownership group. Yeah, and Mike Wolf actually was one of Jack's junior tennis coaches. All life coming full circle here. And they think they're the smartest team ever for calling timeout, and J-Dub has played very clean, kind of a loose error there.
Yeah, that's something Julie Johnson has told me impresses her about her son, JW, that even when he gets iced out and doesn't see as many balls as, say, Augie Ga is, that he's still so consistent off his paddle. Julie Johnson, the coach for Dallas as well, part-time coach, full-time mom.
Yeah, when both of your kids are over there and you're a great mind, of course you're going to be involved.
Little run for New York. How about that? back within 2.
Yeah, I got to see if CJ is going to make a third here, because he is going to be targeted with these returns a lot of the time. And the thirds are a disaster right now, and there's no way to come back. That's a great return, because J-Dub knows there's a risk to pull it down the line with how big Jack serves. So he goes inside out and finds the backhand side. That was smart. and
oh, how about that? Klinger read the flick.
And to all you Hugh Jackman fans, Jack Sock is our greatest showman. There's all those balls. Just look at him over there, just holding the pose.
Yeah, had a good chat with Jack at the desk last night. He was quite pleased with his team's performance. Said CJ bailed him out a couple of times, especially in that dream breaker.
And they just grinded the ball to Augie Guh there. And even though that's not flashy, guess what? That's the same amount of points won. Augie is going to see the ball a lot down the stretch here.
Yeah, typically is the case when you have J.W.
Yes.
Johnson on your side. How consistent and stabilizing he is. Oh.
Oh, if they win this rally. Oh, no, Jack. When your partner makes a tweener, you cannot miss that.
Not only just a tweener on defense,
Yes.
with the ball coming about 90 miles per hour. Unbelievable play from CJ Klinger. Hope we can run that back at some point. What a play, but Dallas perseveres up 2 in the closing stretch. Wow, what a spot from Klinger. JW was favoring that backhand, found the forehand.
Yeah, you've got to hit your spot, and you've seen all 4 players get caught in that same spot. That's how accurate these attacks have to be.
Wow, CJ Klinger barely hangs on to get that ball back. 20-all New York right in this men's doubles game.
They only got 19 yesterday in a 25-19 loss, so this is huge, and just enough of the outside of the ball for the southpaw there kept it in the court. Oh my. Augie is the one taking a deep breath, because he knows he got away with something right there.
Wow.
Up high.
Could have been a momentum swinging point in favor of New York, too. That's a tough one to miss. We'll see what Dallas does with it. Game's a 25, win by 2, and on your serve. Another miss for Jack Sock late in game 1. Team responsibility falling on his shoulders.
And he just said sorry about 7 times, so let's see if he can make up for it with his paddle.
If there's anyone that likes to be the underdog, it's CJ Klinger. CJ Klinger standing tall in the fight.
Jack got caught again, but just got the paddle. And when you are caught to the side of your body, your paddle actually ends up being straight ahead. So he was able to get that, and then Klinger, beautiful pace there does help out his buddy. Can they tie it up here?
We will see. Only 48 players were drafted at the premier level. CJ Klinger was taken at 46. Oh, wow.
Point, 23.
Down the line, high to the forehand of Jack Sock. Another miss. Dallas needs 2 to close out game 1.
23-21.
Tape. Unfortunate bounce for the Hustlers. Game point for Dallas.
Yeah, because they had one go off the tape, and you thought, oh, they got away with something being the Hustlers, and then Jack gets tagged at like 3 miles an hour, but nothing he could do.
24-21.
Jack Sock gets it right back. They need 2 to tie it. Dallas needs to earn back the serve to close it.
Yeah, and this is a free point from there because they cannot lose the match here, so they should play loose. I'd love to see Jack find a forehand and drive it and CJ crash.
Jack Sock making up for lost time. They're within 1.
Yeah, just a subtle little slide so he was on that backhand, and then the ability to switch. Watch how quickly he goes backhand to forehand. That's impressive.
Taking a walk to the towel. It is still humid here in Dallas, despite the cloud coverage. Oh, just missed it. And the chance to tie it. Game point number 2 for the Dallas Flash.
The same shot he made just a second ago, but got too much of the ball here and curled it wide.
24-23.
That's wide from Ogio, inside in. And guess what? New York has tied it up with that miss.
And that's why that point right there is so dangerous, because you're like, oh, we have a match point. Wait, we're tied? Yeah, you're tied.
Uh-oh. That one's going down. Game point returns to Dallas. Game point number 3. Let's see what New York is made of here. Jack Sock apologizing again.
25-24.
Jack Sock punishing the pop-up chance. Tie game continues. 3 game points saved for New York.
And Augie tried to sneak one by Jack, and Jack said, get that out of here. Right there, a little flick down the line. Wow. I mean, this would be devastating for Dallas if they don't win this.
25-25.
Unlucky for J.W. Johnson. What do we have here? A game point for the New York Hustlers.
And a timeout on the other side.
New York, no timeout.
You're watching the MLP Dallas playoffs, game 1 in this best 2 out of 3 playoff series. This is match 2. Matches consist best 3 out of 5. Chunked it into the net. Dallas survives a game point to tie it at 26.
And that was after there was miscommunication on the very shot before that, where J-Dub and Augie stared at each other for a half second.
26-26.
Augie back to serve now to CJ Klinger. Oh my, tweener defense, it didn't matter, denied by J.W. Johnson for their 4th game point of game 1.
Again, patiently waiting for just something that's a little bit up, and the Hustlers started it, but the Flash finished it.
27-26.
CJ Klinger forces the issue through the middle, 27 all.
He forced the issue on the rally before that, didn't work out that time. He got it done. I think his shot was actually going out, but nowhere for him to go to get out of the way.
4 game points saved for the New York Hustlers, the clear underdog in this matchup, the 6 seed matching up against the 3 seed. Wow, J.W. Johnson, beautiful defense. If you're Jack Sock, you think he might throw that one down the line.
Yeah, he tried to be cute and went inside out on the attack, and J-Dub's just sitting on that, and that was the disaster for them there. So I'd like to see Augie have to hit a forehand there before I ever went to the flick wizard.
Yeah. 5 game points now for Dallas. Let serve.
Well, it's a little nervy off the tape, but got away with it.
28-27.
Third shot drive into the net for Augie Gunn. That's the 2nd time he's tried to drive it to Jack Sock, the showman, to your point earlier. 5 game points saved now for New York.
28-28.
Oh, and the flick wizard goes right back to Jack Sock cross court and gets it done.
Yeah.
Game point number 6.
And they're messing with the wrong dude here. You've seen some nerves from Augie Guh. The serve that barely made over, a drive into the tape. Augie's definitely going to get this return, so can he do something with it? The flash mob wants a W.
29-28.
Well, Jack Sock, he's been clutch fighting off these game points. Make it 6 for New York that they have saved, only with 1 game point of their own. 29 all. Games are supposed to be played at 25, but we're going bonus pickleball with the win on your serve situation. Wow, Jack Sock goes at J.W. Johnson again, that time a better spot.
Yeah, he had gone into the paddle, and he holds the backhand just a little bit. So J-Dub, as you can see where the paddle is, just has to adjust, and he's late because of the pace.
Game point number 2 for the New York Hustlers, the underdog, looking to complete the Cinderella story today. If they win this match, they would sweep the series and move on to the championship rounds in Orlando. And a good start would be a men's doubles win with 3 more doubles games to go in this match number 2.
And at 30-29, we have a little spill. And there's a cleanup on aisle 9 over here. But, boy, this is just going to make the tension of just, okay, I have to hit a return now if I'm Augie Guh. I got to get it deep onto the court. Jack and CJ, unlike yesterday, and it was windy, so it's harder to drop the ball. Today, much better conditions. They drove almost everything yesterday. They've been dropping the ball, and what I mean by that is put it into the kitchen and get up there, and then it's this chess match at the line. One side's win it, then the other. No one's getting 2 in a row, but here's a big opportunity right now for them to pull this upset.
All right, here we go, players.
CJ Klinger with the chance to close out game 1 on his paddle. Back to serve to Augie Guh. Oh my, a layup to Jack Sock, well placed by J.W. Johnson. Game point saved again for Dallas. Who wants to close this out?
30.
Somebody's got to grab this one. It's going to take at least 32.
Defense out of his body for Jack Sock.
And you're trying to do what we call a reset and get that to bounce in the kitchen, and he wasn't able to do it, so Augie went after the next one, but too much angle. 3rd try. Jack has missed 2 just easy balls on their first 2. Can he come up with the finisher here?
31-30.
This guy has won at the highest level of competition. Grand Slam titles to his name. And J.W. Johnson, just like that, why even go to him in that scenario? You asked it earlier.
And I'd love to see, he has the best forehand drive of anybody right there in the moment. Rip that thing. Rip that thing.
3 game point save for Dallas. Now a chance to earn their 7th game point. And a 3rd goes into the net for Augie Guh. If I am New York right now, I'm hitting every single ball to Augie.
And do we have a cardiologist around here? Because the heartbeats per minute for these 4 dudes are going through the roof.
goes for it.
Right
It's deep.
32.
Dallas still alive.
He was waving the Cobra and acting like he was going to do something a couple times inside out, and then pulls the trigger through the middle. He had it. And look at this youngster. She cannot handle it.
The double fist bump.
Yes, I love it. Cheering for the Ranchers. I love the Sparkies engaged in this.
32-32.
The flash mob fully intact. Good night from Jack Sock.
33.
Game point returns to New York.
I got to give CJ Klinger a lot of credit here. He has been money in the 30s here, which we don't usually talk about. You just got to get to 25 usually. Can Jack come up with a shot? He's missed 2 dinks. He hit a high third, and he hit a forehand through the court.
5 game points for New York, 6 game points for
32.
Dallas. And Jack Sock has a chance to close it here.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What is the deal?
CJ Klinger has been looking for an Ernie, and that's when you jump the corner, and he got exactly what he wanted. That feeds the ball to a Jack Sock forehand put away, and it doesn't get on the ground.
You feel for Jack Sock in this situation. If you're wondering what the game score record is in MLP history, it's 40-38. Happened in Grand Rapids. There's ironically Leah Jansen and CJ Klinger against Orlando, Paris Todd and Tyson McGuffin. So we're
on our
right
way.
There. Great crowd at the Brookhaven Country Club. Major League Pickleball, revolutionary team format,
34-33.
raucous atmosphere. Game point number 6 for New York. My goodness,
34.
Another miss on the backhand dink of Jack Sock, and Dallas ties it at 34.
34 all, 6 game points on both sides. So tentative because they're so nervous and worried to speed up the wrong ball here. Now, Dallas has not gotten near the kitchen line on the past several times, and they've just given the ball back with ease. They've got to get a ball on the ground and get to the line.
Ogio goes right at the body of Jack Sock. That was the drive he had attempted a couple of times in the same situation. Julie Johnson is loving what she's seeing on her side of the net. Game point number 7 for the Dallas Flash. And Jack Sock toweling off, Mike Wolf in his ear. Perhaps that voice of wisdom from his youth tennis days could pay off in a moment where he's trying to find it. CJ Klinger saves the day again. 7 game points saved for New York.
I mean, CJ was on the wrong side of that 40-38. He wants the record. He wants the record. He's been fabulous here. He has made everything.
Georgia Johnson's doing laps, waiting for the women's doubles match to follow this one.
Leia's eating her sweatshirt over there. It is tension-filled.
JW Johnson all over the attack through the middle again. Dallas recovers their 8th game points.
$36-35.
Johnson puts his finishing touch on game 1.
And inspire the flash mob with the Sparkies from 8 to 80 in the mob. They need a deep breath over there. They can't believe what they just saw, but they did get the win.
Blanc, big on the left. She's an enforcer. And Georgia Johnson, the 18-year-old sensation, the 17th overall pick, just 5 spots after her brother, JW Johnson.
Yeah, I don't see a 17 on her back, but equally underdrafted. Couple mistakes from Jackie Kawamoto. The way this match worked yesterday is Leia just dinked it cross court to Georgia's left foot and waited for errors and pop-ups, and it worked. So we'll see if they follow that path. They started to a little bit.
Point.
A lot of patience so far on the side of Dallas. And if the women could get the game here, we could be looking at a sweep situation in match number 2. Match 3 would take place later on this evening, if that is the case on the side of Dallas. Oh, great athletic play from Georgia, pulling off the kitchen. Couldn't get the recovery shot, though. New York on the board.
There's the lob. That will not be the first. Gets the opponent off the kitchen line and puts you in control of a rally. I love the use of it from an offensive standpoint.
Right out point 4.
Wow, just a freebie factory here from the Hustlers after watching their dudes drop a heartbreaker. They're just making it very easy for the Flash here to start this women's match. Beautiful shot, but you can see how hard it is to put a ball away in our sport against elite defenders. It took 8-9 rips at it, but well done from Leia.
2-4. Point.
Pop up from Tyra, and Leia's all over it. So despite literally 4 unforced errors, they're right there, just down 1.
3-4. Side out, point 5.
Uncharacteristic inconsistency for Jackie Kawamoto early. And fun little stat, 5 of the 6 teams still left in the playoffs right now have a teenager on their team. Georgia Johnson, the representative for Dallas. That's deep.
Point.
Youth
Dallas
is being
rolling.
served here,
Yeah.
and I already like the excitement level from Georgia Johnson more than yesterday.
6-3.
Obviously, probably a nervous wreck watching her brother in that game that went to the 30s, but now can come out and play freely.
Wide for Jansen, 7-3 lead for Dallas.
And 7 misses. Like, Tyra and Georgia have not hit a winner in this match, and they don't care. They've got a nice, comfortable lead here to start with. And their first winner clanks off the net, but goes on the other side, and this is a nightmare for the Hustlers. They got to raise their level quickly here.
8-3.
Georgia Johnson electric again, bringing the offense. 9-3 lead, Dallas.
Yeah, much better, and that's one happy brother there on the sideline, and this is a carryover. If they lost that men's match, I don't think we'd see anything but a couple of it was just Halloween. We'd have a couple of ghosts and skeletons out there, but they are quite happy right now and playing like it. Wow. Just a mess for the...
And Dave Fleming here with you. I would expect this one to go to a third match to decide it.
Sure looks like it, and just one of those Jack Sox shots could have changed everything, but here we go.
Denied, but yeah, how does that change things if New York wins that men's doubles game, which they very easily could have? How does that change the complexity of this
I think all
match?
the errors would be happening on the Dallas side because of the tension that would have put on Georgia specifically, watching her brother lose that and then knowing we have to win this match. Now she can play a little freer. Now they've been helped a lot. Oh, my.
Wow. Into the boards goes Tyra. She almost got it, as she usually does. She has got a bunch of bumps and bruises across this season from her defensive scrambles.
So Jackie chooses not to hit an overhead because think it's out, and then hits a winner lob in reply. That was unbelievable.
So much topspin it's sent down to the baseboards.
It's gone.
Followed up by a miss, though. Dallas 2 points away from the hefty end change lead. It's a way to step into the play for Jackie Kawamoto.
Yeah, in the first rally of this entire match, she had that exact ball and found the tape on it. So I like her temperament. She's out there playing aggressive. They just got to make more balls.
Which is usually not her issue.
No.
Leia Jansen makes one. And is it enough to mount a brief comeback here ahead of the end change?
Absolutely. I mean, the coaching for them on that timeout is easy. You guys beat them yesterday. Just go do it again. Just start getting the fundamentals. Let's do the routine stuff routinely.
Oh,
Point.
denied off the tape. Couple of points now for New York.
Yeah, rode the rail there and stayed on the other side. And, you know, you were looking at maybe we're going to switch at 13-5 or 6, and that's a problem. Well, now they're within 3 with the ball. This is big. Because in rally scoring, you want to stay in range, because that freeze, and boy, did we ever see an example of that in the men's match, can keep you in it down the stretch if you can just play some solid points, but you can't be too far behind.
Jackie Kawamoto dishing it out and dishing it down.
Yeah, and dished up a horrendous drop shot to the fastest player on tour, probably. But guess what? It all worked out.
Put away for Georgia Johnson. Dallas takes
a 3, so you can have it stumble like they did last night. You want to talk about a stumble. How about talking to each other when a slow-moving ball is hitting in the middle of the court and they just stared at it? Almost worked out. Yeah.
10-13.
from Tyra Blanc. Great setup by Georgia Johnson. Hurricane Tyra Blanc and Georgia Johnson seeking their first career Major League Pickleball title. They would need to win this match and a match 3 to get to Orlando in the championship rounds. That angle from Jackie Kawamoto.
Pro tractor worthy right there, and that's what you got to do to beat Tyra. If you hit it back deep hard, it'll come back every single time. Short angle, she can't get there. So smart from Jackie. Got to get the ponytail out of the way there, Mish.
Hate when that happens. New York still lingering. It's 3-point deficit has been hard for them to overcome, though. That's deep. Make it 2 points. Jackie Kawamoto, the two-time MLP champion, won a title here last year in Dallas, playing for DC. Wow, another unreachable lob from Jackie Kawamoto.
Yeah, it's an awesome part of her arsenal, and the Flash have seen enough of this. So after a very rough start to this for the Hustlers, they've actually outplayed the Flash, and now we're tied.
And they have, yes, tied it indeed at 4. Game land. Jensen back to serve to Georgia Johnson. And Jackie Kawamoto, she's been creating from a lot of different places on the court. Same holds true there.
Yeah, speed ups, lobs, has the better dinks than any of the ladies on court right now. She's the factor.
And followed up by a missed third with their first chance to build on a 1-point lead. So instead, we'll stay tied at 15.
15,
And if Dallas can get this women's doubles win, they feel very confident in their chances of closing out the match.
And you just watch the Jackie Kawamoto swing path up and over the ball.
Wow, with a scorpion, Leah Jansen. And a dynamic point, some great defense in the middle of that point, too.
Yeah, that's the best point of this match by far. And it's, you know, when you're missing, it's a question as to whether you'll go back to playing aggressive like you know you need to. And Jackie certainly has found her best stuff. So kudos to her from a mental standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, she was missing balls she never misses early. And
so you can either cower like a turtle or be a lion and roar, and that's what she's doing here. And they've got a 2-point lead now.
17-15.
Punishing the pop-up chance. Dallas stays within 1.
Yeah, and if Leah gets the ball, I think we'll see her go back to that left foot of Georgia.
16-17. Point.
The air missed it into the net after heating up on the side of New York. Let's see how that hurts them.
17-17.
Jackie saving it again through the middle. Pick your target. She's got them all.
She does, and she's someone that should not be getting the ball nearly as much as she is right now because she is feeling it, and she is the difference as to why that 13-9 deficit at the end switch is gone.
Bounce off the tape. Tyra Black will take it back to tied at 18. Leah Jansen frustrated, obviously.
They just can't let it carry over. It's one point. You got to get the ball back.
18-18.
You're technically in the lead because the receiver wins more rallies than the server in doubles.
Point.
Lead swings back to Dallas after New York was just about to take hold of the match, it felt. Wide and a 2-point cushion now for Dallas.
And that cannot be Leah's ball. Jackie's got to be screaming at her, I've got it, with the overhead. And you only get 1 timeout per team per individual game like this. So both teams have used it. You can't call timeout to quell the momentum here.
Leah Jansen steals one back.
I like that Jackie's been very aggressive on taking these middle returns so she can throw that teardrop big topspin roll into the kitchen and get her team up to the line.
What a kick from Leah Jensen. Tyra almost got her out of position.
And look at this group. All right, you talked about the power of youth. Gabe Tardio and Hayden Patrick went two of the absolute superstar teenagers in pro pickleball. And then Jesse Irvin, one of the OGs there. We've got the whole crew.
What a squad. St. Louis will be in Orlando. They're the 2 seed for the championship rounds.
Yeah, the 2 youngsters are on that squad.
Yeah. Quite a
20.
lethal men's doubles roster for St. Louis, who are just 2 points shy of the 1 seed, losing that one to New Jersey. And Annalie Waters.
Side out, point, 21.
Tyra Black has been clutch on her side. Looking to put her team in a sweep position potentially in this match. All smiles for Jack Sock on the sideline. That's G2.
Wow, a little hesitation. I'd love Jackie to come just take that. I know when you're engaged, there was just like, Leah was like, are you going to do it? Okay, it's to me, and then pulled it deep. This went 26-24 New York yesterday, so the fact that it's close is not surprising.
Point.
Patient points, and it pays off for Dallas. 2 points, and they will secure game 2.
23-20.
Wow.
Nice return. They're sorting it out.
The end looks like the beginning,
Yes.
and that is not a good story for the Hustlers.
Game point for the Dallas Flash.
24-20.
That's deep.
Oh.
Side out, point,
Off the
21.
hook.
Wow, what a lead there. Well, it took them 8 in the men's match to get it
Fair
done,
point.
so we'll see what happens here.
21-24. Side out.
Man, she was right there. Dallas takes back the serve and a second game point with him.
Yeah, and Leah got her paddle on one, and the pace of that rally quickened, and then went for a more finesse put away and caught the top of the tape.
Here we go. 24-21.
Tyra Black closes it out, 25-21. Dallas goes up in the match, 2 games to none.
And flash mob play, because Jack and Leah have to get work done
Game
against
3.
Augie and Tyra right now.
Very interesting, too, because he feels, and Chow had some insight on this lefty situation. ATP secured for Leah Jensen out of the gate. So Ed told me ahead of the match, they liked the lefty-on-lefty matchup between Augie and CJ. But to your point, maybe they wanted to save their closers for the end just to secure insurance.
Why is that lying to you? He had every opportunity to put the Southpaws out there against each other.
I know. He said it could potentially change depending on what the series looked like.
1-1.
And I guess this was the circumstance that changed it up.
Point.
Up 2-0.
And Jack airmails a return there.
Also
2-1.
surprised me because Augie and Tyra have really good numbers against lefties this season in mixed.
Well, if I'm Augie and Tyra, I'm like, hey, we won yesterday. Why are you tricking it up? We'll close it out. We beat the team we played yesterday.
Right.
So it's interesting to see how they're, the psyche of the Johnsons is a big part of this as well. But if Jack and Leia keep hitting drives 4 feet out, none of that'll matter, and we'll be out of here in 3.
Yeah, it's best 3 out of 4 and a 5th tiebreak if we must, which New York would have to win 2 mixed doubles games to get there. That's deep. Good lead by Leia Jansen. Had her paddle right in the line of fire.
Three. Tied out.
We did not see one of those down the stretch in the men's match, and that forehand drive catches the tape.
4-3. Point.
He had some lethal third shot drives in the men's doubles game.
Yes.
5-3.
Some in and some out, and that's what got us to 37-35. And that move that you saw Leia Jansen go for is called an Ernie, named after Ernie Perry. You jump the kitchen is flat, so you can't volley out of there, but you can jump over it. You either get the ball in a great spot or funnel the ball to the forehand of Jack Sock, so it's a great move for her. They just got to finish that off.
It's a nice deep return for Leia Jansen.
Yeah, that's full Shankopotamus into about the 7th row up there. The Isner family is getting a souvenir.
Oh, to see that support. Who's his partner, by the way, this week, Jonathan?
Wes Burrows. Let's go. That is phenomenal point construction from Leia, because she's like, I'm going to keep throwing the lob up, but if you're going to hit an overhead from close to the baseline, I'm coming forward and getting after that. And Leia showing a little happiness there after that. So, Leia and Jack have really enjoyed playing together once they switched, because this was not the original mixed doubles patterns they had.
Point.
She did say that the women's...
They run it.
The ladies run it.
And where was that, Jack, on one of your multiple game points there? He never went to the big forehand.
6-6. Side out, point.
It's back for Tyra Black. Exploits the middle of the court on New York. Dallas back on top by 1. Must-win situation for the Hustlers
7-6.
to stay alive in the match.
Side out, point 7.
We haven't had to go to replay, despite the hour-long men's match and all of this. We do have that. Each team gets 3 free challenges throughout all 4 of the doubles matches, but hasn't been required here.
Side out, point.
Just
8.
a step late there. Like, I actually like this play, but it's commitment to it. Like, go. If you see Jack winding up, you know a drive's coming. Just go.
8-7. Side out, point 8.
Yeah, we saw one of those at like 29-28 in the men's match that did go wide for Augie.
Building off the brilliance of Augie, has his master's from Brown in biostatistics. Guy's a genius. Developed an app to help him train in pickleball.
Yeah, if you're not happy with your hand speed, Augie Guh just said, I'll just trick up an app and have that work. So that's out there in the world, folks. Look him up for that. You can improve your hand speed thanks to Augie.
Just back on the return for Sock.
Jack's just dumbfounded there. He's looking at his paddle. He can't believe that missed. Wow, bumper cars. Jack wanted to take the overhead, ran into Leia, so Leia is getting boxed out for the rebound and pushes it deep.
11-8.
I think Jack's going to win that rebound battle every time.
What the?
Wow.
I don't know how Jack didn't put the first ball away.
Still alive. New York in a must-win situation here in game 3. Three-set chance for Jack Sock if Dallas wins this game 3. As Dave mentioned, they will close out match 2 and force a third deciding playoff series match later on this evening. That's game 2. Great pressure from the baseline of the Dallas Flash. 13-9 lead for Augie Guh and Hurricane Tyra Black. Up 2-0 and looking to close out the match. They could.
And now they have got to find a rally, or this is over in 3. And again, I think point construction and who's dictating, I think the Hustlers are doing more of that, but they're just making way too many mistakes, and especially in rally scoring, missing third shot drops and drives and missing returns. You're just making life easy on the other side. And Augie said, you know what? I'm a nice guy. I'm going to clank one off the black bar. It's not worth extra by hitting it there, and gives one right back.
11-13.
Tyra Black wins the hands battle down the line on Jensen.
Yeah, and I love the way Leia set herself up to have a backhand, so you see her slide there, and that way you only have to protect one side of your body. Just try a tough inside-out choice instead of hitting through it.
Side out, point, 12.
Ball right back to New York. Match 3 would take place later on tonight, roughly around 8 p.m. Yes. Same matchup, series decider. If Dallas wins, that's where we're going.
15.
The only difference, and it's not a small one, is there will be a coin toss. Yes. So Dallas doesn't get to make every decision, meaning matchups,
15-12.
What goes first, get to receive, which is an advantage.
There's the earning that Leia Jensen wanted to secure earlier on in this game 3. She got it.
She keep doing it. And Tyra's dink down the line is eliminated.
13-15.
And that's the unique part of this matchup, is having the guy on the right side because he's a lefty.
Point.
I mean, that is like, it's just wild for me that he didn't at least do that once in the men's match when the amount of game points was adding on and is getting deeper and deeper into that.
Another Ernie for Leia Jensen to tie it at 15.
And the technique is beautiful. Wait till your opponent's head goes down to play the ball, then make the move. Watch Tyra's head go down, and then boom, there's There's Leia, just ready.
15-15.
So athletic. He's been around the sport for so long. Masterful shot. And then Hurricane Tyra Blanc just continues to apply the pressure.
Yeah, that dink from Jack's just too high. So Tyra out of the air is phenomenal.
16-15.
Off the ground, it's going to be more passive.
Point.
And this was kind of the theme of the women's match, where the Hustlers were behind. They get close, they tie it up, couple of errors, and then just couldn't recover one last time. We'll see if this mixed duo can.
17-15. Point.
Great patience from Augie Gunn. The cross-court team battle with Leia Jansen.
Yeah, that's one of those great ever for pickleball fans.
It is. Free concerts on Pickleball Boulevard. Morgan Evans, country star, will be there alongside several others. Dallas adds another, up 4 now in a match clinching situation, looking for the 3-game sweep.
Yeah, we got country music star Justin Moore tonight.
Love it.
Yes,
You're
let's
going
go.
to bring him through the broadcast later on in match 3.
Warm up the vocal cords myself to be ready.
Wow.
Oh, just
that's so
point,
good.
16.
Where was that in men's doubles?
Yeah, just needed one of those at crunch time, and this entire conversation would be different. I love he threw his whole
16,
body to the
19.
left and then went inside out. That was nice. I mean, all's not lost here. They just have to buckle down.
20.
You win this, and then Georgia and J-Dub have the demons of last night in their head, but we may never get there.
2016.
Yeah, it looks to me like this one might be a sweep in favor of Dallas.
Point.
Fumble dink into the net. Dallas in the closing stretch, 4 points. And match 2 is theirs.
Yeah, just
21-16.
eerily similar to the women's. Tough at the beginning and the end for the Hustlers. Same story here.
Point.
That one's wide too, and Dallas looking to even out the playoff series. New York, the 6th seed, up a match right now, but Dallas could change that to 1 match apiece here. That's wide. What a point for Augie.
Outrageous defense for both of the Flash players. Georgia's jumping up and down. The Flash mob's like, I don't care if I'm tired at work tomorrow. I want there to be an 8 o'clock match tonight to split this at 1 apiece.
Flash mob erupts. Augie Ga crashing the middle earns a match point at 24-16.
(24-16).
front of their home crowd. Hurricane Tyra Black and Augie Ga secure the sweep in match 2. So a deciding match 3 coming up later tonight.
Yeah, and how about that? J-Dub and Georgia don't even have to play mixed. That is not a small thing. They tricked up the order, and it worked.
It paid off indeed. A split playoff series now between the